today we're going to be planting bunching onions. So I started these about 4 or 5 weeks ago from seeds. I just been wicking the water up through the bottom of the tray so they wouldn't get fungus or nothing. You'll see when onions start growing, you'll get brown leaves. Those are the temporary leaves, and then when you start getting bigger shoots like this, you know it's about time to transplant. The roots right now are as long as the cell itself. I mean, I could leave these in here 2 or 3 more weeks, it wouldn't hurt anything. So today we're going to plant some green onions. Oh yeah. I'm always trying to figure out how to save some money. I'm gonna grow my tomato plants and pepper plants in this propagation bed. When I get that done, it holds 12 flats. So when I transplant those into some good soil, I need that soil. So what I did was a lot of this soil I'm keeping. So I got a good potting mix that I can mix that I've already got that I used last year. It's got a lot of nutrients still in it for the tomato plants to go into cups. This is some really good loamy soil. I mean, it's got some sand, some regular dirt out the yard. It's got some perlite in it and a little bit of peat moss. So what I done was I put about half the gap with peat moss in here because onions don't need a whole lot, and I'm gonna mix some of this dirt in there and just sprinkle some fertilizer. And just so you can see about how deep I planted that, you can see there's the actual dirt. So you can see, you know, it's about halfway with the peat moss. And I can tell you that this soil drained really quickly before. So onions like a lot of water, so that's why I put a little bit more peat moss. You really got to know your plants and know what each plant likes in order to grow it well. But it's going to be a humid environment in here. Probably won't even hardly even have to water the onions at all. So I'm going to put some of this in there. I just wanted to show you the height of the peat moss. Before I put that in there, I'm going to top it off with that and then mix it all up. I almost messed up. I started to shovel the dirt in there and I realized, hold on a second, this peat moss is really dry. So I keep water in here. I put regular water in here in this 55-gallon blue drum. I put regular water in there, but the chlorine evaporates after about 24 hours or so. So this is good for 2 things. First, it's a thermal mass that collects heat during the day and holds it at night, keep the greenhouse warm at night. And second, I ain't got to worry about algae going in it because I'm always using it. So that's the secret to not having to put chlorine in it, and you can use it. Serves a dual purpose. So what I'm gonna do is now is I got my handy dandy watering device here, and I'm just gonna simply go ahead and water this up. Soaks up a lot of water, not as much as like cocoa core or something, but it soaks up a lot of water. So water that pretty good, and I'm just gonna get down in here with my hands and just mix this up real good. And you can see it needs a lot more water. It'll surprise you how much water this stuff will use. It soaks it up a ton. Now, I'm not trying to get it so soaking wet that it's hard to work with. I'm just trying to get some moisture in it, because what happened is it's hard for this stuff to soak up water. And I'm gonna mix it a little bit with the dirt, but I'm not really trying to mix it with the dirt. I'm just trying to get the peat moss kind of wet. I don't want it real wet. You always see people, they clump it together and then it breaks apart easy. That's how you know you got good dirt, good soil. We know peat moss is good. So next step is I'm gonna put the dirt in there, the soil. All right, so I got this one mixed up right here. Hopefully you can see the difference in the color. This one is a lot darker. It's a lot more richer in nutrients. Should hold water a lot better. See how light that looks and how dark that looks. See if we can get them side by side. Okay, so I got this 10-10-10 fertilizer that I bought, and I'm not gonna put very much at all. So I've got a little bit in my hand, and I'm just gonna sprinkle it kind of even as I can, just like that. Okay, real light. And then I'm just going to turn that down into the soil into like the first 4 inches all the way through. And when I get done with that, I'm weaving it out, and then I'm going to plant my onions. Alright, so I got about 90 in there so far. This is so easy to do. I can do it with one hand. I mean, it's not very hard. You just kind of wiggle them back and forth like that, shake them a little bit to expose the roots, and then they just kind of fall apart. So you can see I'm trying to pick the best ones. So there, that one's got nice roots on it right there. So I just stick that in the water. That's 91, and I'm gonna keep going until I got 180. So you can see how good them roots look right there. Big pile of roots on them onions. All right, so I planted them a little bit differently. This is the first one I planted, and I planted those kind of like you do regular onions. I divided them up in the water and then just stuck my finger down and made sure I got the roots pointing down, make sure none of the roots is pointing up, because they can't get water if they go the other way. And then these are bunching onions, so I just wanted to see the difference if I planted them like regular onions individually, and then I planted these in bunches, and all I did was I just took and broke them in half, because there's about 10 or 12 in each little square. So I just broke them in half down the center, and then I just planted those in bunches. So we're gonna see, I'll do an update video to see the difference in the two. I planted so many onions, it's crazy. I calculated there was about 540 onions that I planted, and I might be planted about half of them. So it's a lot of green onions. Hopefully this will be enough to last me. So thanks for watching Oliver Garden. God bless you, and I'll see you again next time.